Many of us are conditioned from very early on into scarcity. Oh, we can't afford this. We have to use this sparingly. We only make this much a year. I can't buy this. I can't do this. We have a lack of this. I can only earn this much from this position, this salary. I can only get this salary from this position. And as we grow into adults, a lot of us don't do the work to rewire that programming. And we end up living in our adult lives teaching others, like, say you have kids, a lot of us teach kids to live in scarcity, to have a lack mentality, to have a scarcity mindset, because we didn't do our inner work to rewire that programming. And in reality, scarcity is literally an illusion. Abundance is available to everybody. It does not matter if you have $0 in your bank account, you can still be abundant. And as you hold that abundance, you will see that play out in your 3D. Our eyes are only projectors of what's going on in our mind. So when we form our new identity, when we decide who we want to be, a lot of us hold that container for a very short amount of time, and then we dip back into scarcity. Abundance, scarcity, abundance, lack, abundance, lack, abundance, lack, right? You can't hold the container for being a millionaire while also holding the container for, this is too expensive. This mango's $4. I cannot buy this. It's too expensive. This bill's coming up. I can't afford it. You can't hold that. You can't hold those two containers at the same time. You cannot have that duplicity. Now, if you are just starting your inner work, if you've had that scarcity programming for your whole life, it is completely normal to dibble and dabble between lack and abundance, lack and abundance. It's actually a good thing, because now you're opening yourself up. You're expanding your container to hold abundance. It's amazing. But the thing is, a lot of us get stuck there where we go between lack, abundance, lack, abundance, lack, abundance. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to stay in that transition phase forever, because you cannot vibrate at the vibration of at the frequency that it takes to be your dream self when you're constantly dropping back down into lack, right? So something I started implementing recently, I've been doing the abundance lack thing for months now, and I'll do abundance, lack, abundance, 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 lack. But something that I've implemented maybe a week or two ago, I think about a week ago actually, is taking on the identity of abundance, embodying abundance, not just thinking abundantly, not just meditating in abundance, not just holding that container for abundance sometimes, actually becoming the embodiment of abundance. I am abundance. And since implementing this, I've seen so much abundance in my life, mostly financial. Well, I've noticed the most financial, but there's other things that have happened that I probably have went over my head. For instance, one of my videos now, it's sitting at 2,000 views. I have an abundance of viewers on my channel now. I have abundance of I have an abundance of people that I am inspiring. I have an abundance of people that I am touching. We can experience abundance in so many ways. Okay, so we've had a scenery change, but I'm going to take y'all back a little bit and tell y'all a little bit about how I started coding abundance into my program before I became the embodiment of abundance. I'm going to tell y'all how I became the embodiment of abundance, but abundance can also help you with your attachment style. So I used to be an anxiously attached person, and once I really started tapping into abundance, my attachment style became so much more secure. I have a very secure attachment style now. And I'm very good at detachment. And by what I mean by detachment is being at peace, whether someone is in your life or not, whether something is in your life or not, whether you are able to obtain something or not. Trust in a higher power and belief in abundance has helped me so much with this. So let's say that you are dating someone and they're not responding to your calls, or they're being very inconsistent, or they're just not showing up as the person that you would like, right? A big thing that also helps with getting a secure attachment style is knowing your worth, doing your inner work, knowing your worth, valuing yourself, because when you value yourself, you don't put up with certain behaviors. But anyway, Let's say this person is acting up, right? The old me would have been like, oh my God, why are they acting this way? Why won't they act right? Why are they doing this? They're inconsistent, stressing, obsessing about it, getting in my feelings about it. Now, I'm so secure in myself. I'm so confident in myself. And I know that ultimately, I will be paired with my match. There are billions of men in this world. I'm into men. There are billions of men in this world. Of course my match is out there. So if this person is acting up, is it really that big of a deal? Or is it doing me a favor? Right? Aren't they moving out of my way so that I can find my husband? So I started thinking about it that way. There is an abundance of people in this world. Of course I can find my match. I don't need to obsess over this person. I don't need to be mad at this person. I don't need to be upset about this. This situation is probably teaching me a lesson that will help me later on in my life. Because I know that there is an abundance of great men in this world, I don't force men to stay in my life. I don't obsess over men. I don't stress myself out over men. Now, let's say you're having these attachment issues with a family member, for instance. A lot of people, they're attached to the human family because that is instilled in us. Family is everything. You have to stick with your family, Yes, but not when your family is toxic. Not when your family is mistreating you. So I was very close to cutting off one of my parents. Luckily, we were able to heal our relationship and we're doing very well. But I got to the point where I would have been peaceful with or without this parent. That is mastering detachment. I was so confident that, okay, I have God. God can be this parent for me now. I can put my trust into God. Or what if I meet someone who takes on that role? I don't have to stress out about this one parent. This one parent is not the only option. There is an infinite amount of options. So I want you to think of everything that way, even with money or opportunities. Anytime that you spend money or lose money or you miss out on an opportunity, it's really not money lost. It's really not an opportunity missed. Let's say you lose, I don't know, $500 today, but tomorrow you get $1,000. Did you really lose $500 or did you gain $500? Are you up $1,000 now? With opportunities, did you miss this opportunity for a better opportunity to come in your life? A lot of the times when something happens to us, we look at it at face value and not even taking a different perspective. We don't even try to consider a bigger picture. Most of the time why something doesn't work out for us or something is lost is because something better is coming in its place. So I always think that way. There's an abundance of opportunities for me. There's an abundance of money for me. There is an abundance of people for me to meet. So nothing is really lost. To be able to hold abundance in our containers, we need to be open. And a lot of the time, a lot of us are walking around tight, closed up and tense, and we don't even realize it because we're so used to being that way. But as I began to open myself up, think abundantly, trust in God more, it caused me to be very sensitive to myself closing up because I'm so used to being open now. So when I feel myself closing now, I immediately start talking to myself or I immediately go into meditation to open myself up. But when I was younger, before I really got into my inner work, I was always tight and closed and I didn't even know. If you've been programmed to live in scarcity your whole life, if that is your dominant mindset, that is your dominant state of mind, it might be harder for you to just embody abundance, which I'll talk about more later. But I want you to do this. So anytime you're having a scarce thought, that is, there's not enough money, there's not enough this, there's a lack of this, I'm going to miss out on this, I need to have this person, I have an attachment to this. Anything like this, I have to use this scarcely, I can't do this because I don't have enough. Really pay attention to how your body feels. I bet you it feels tight and closed, and really work on opening it up. I'll just give you an example of mine. When I first started doing inner work, I was very broke, but I was very determined to do my inner work. I was very determined to become abundant. I was very determined to live in my dream life. So I did not let my 3D circumstances impact me. So say I had $0 in my bank account, but I wanted to eat a certain thing. It felt really in alignment for me to eat that, but I couldn't afford it. You don't want to let anything in your 3D limit your soul's desires or deter you from your soul's desires. You don't want to put anything in the 3D over your soul's desires. I'm not saying if you're broke to go out splurging. I'm saying to always move in alignment. So if I really was craving Chipotle, like it really felt like my soul wants Chipotle, I would use my credit card and get Chipotle. And I wouldn't be thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I don't have money. How am I going to afford this bill and this and this? No, I would enjoy my food. I would enjoy what my soul called me to eat. And the next day, I would get $100. And days after that, I would get this money, this money, this money. When we're constantly moving in alignment versus when we drop into our bodies and move in alignment versus staying in our heads and being logical. I don't have this, so I can't do this. When you're in your body and you're moving in alignment, I want to do this thing, I want to have this thing, so I'm going to do it. You don't let anything limit you. You are now at that higher vibration to attract better into your life. You are now at that abundance frequency. Let's say that your bills cost more than what you're making at your job. When you're thinking, oh, I don't make enough money, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, you're going to feel very tight. And I want you to open up by being observant and questioning yourself. Question yourself. Is my job the only way that God can deliver financial abundance to me? Is that God's only channel? Is God limited to your job? Or can a relative send you money? Can you find money on the ground? Can a stranger give you money? Can your credit limit be increased? Can you win the lottery? Can you get clients? Can you start your dream business? There's an infinite number of ways that God can deliver your desire to you. We typically put the limit on ourselves. So, if you're stuck in scarcity, I don't just jump into, I'm a millionaire. Start to question yourself and start to open yourself up. Is this really the only way, or are there more ways? Open yourself up by exploring other options, trusting. So for instance, Black Friday a couple years ago, Black Friday is different now, but a lot of people would run to an item, run to get this, run to get that, be fighting over it because of scarcity. They think that is the only option, that's the only opportunity they have to get that thing at that price. Is it really? There are other sales throughout the year. There are other stores. There is literally an infinite amount of things that you want at the price point, at your, I like to call it my sweet spot. There are many things at that sweet spot. Is that really the only thing in this big world that you, is that the only one of that thing in this world that you can get for that price? Wasn't there hundreds of thousands of that exact same product made? Aren't there other stores that sell that exact same product for that price or less? Really start to open yourself up to the possibility of more. That this one thing is not your only option. Because you missed out on one thing, that doesn't mean that you're doomed. That means that you're being guided to another pathway to get that or better. So I was doing really good at shifting myself from lack to abundance, but I was tired of the roller coaster. I was tired of lack, abundance, and I really just wanted to start living in my dream life because I can literally see it. So I decided I'm going to become abundance. I'm going to embody abundance, and I did exactly that. I started with my meditations, I start with saying, I am open to receive in any and all ways. I did this before I really decided to take on that identity of abundance too, just to open myself up, but I do that especially now. I would do it an abundance meditation where everything is literally magnetized to me. All my desires are magnetized to me. I started doing abundance meditations in the mornings, and I noticed after doing my abundance meditations that I would get a notification that I got money. The first time that I did an abundance meditation after deciding that abundance is going to be my new identity, I literally got a notification right after I came out the meditation. Well, I got the notification during the meditation that I received $98. That $98 had been deposited into my account. And that might be small, but the next day I did an abundance meditation too. And guess what? When I came out, I looked at my phone and I got a notification that I got $120 deposited into my account. When you open yourself up, when you open your mind up to abundance, when you expand your container to receive abundance, when you become abundant, there is no option but for your desires to come to you. There is no option but for you to be financially secure. There's no option but for you to have more, because you are abundant now. You're at this frequency, so everything in your life needs to meet you at this frequency, right? Or it will fall out of your life. I look at money, I talk about money a lot because money is something that it's easy for us to track money. It is easy for us to measure money, right? So now I look at money more as an energy, and that has helped me attract more. I think of my energy, right? I've done so much inner work, so I know my energy is valuable. I know my aura is pure. I know I'm very high vibrational, and so the energy of money needs to meet me there. There's no way that I can be up here with my energy and my money's down here. No. Money is energy, and as I rise, my money rises too. My money meets me there. So I'm worthy of more now. Money wants me because I'm so high vibrational. Money is chasing me. It wants my energy. It wants a piece of me, right? So when you are abundant, it just gives you this calmness. I don't really know how to explain it about every situation. So now when I spend money, I'm not thinking, oh, this costs this much. Is this really a good idea? I'm thinking, is this in alignment for me? Do I want to do this? How does it feel to do this? How does it feel to buy this? Does it feel good? If it feels good, if it feels in alignment, then I'm doing it. And I've noticed when I move in alignment, instead of thinking, oh, this costs this much, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to pay for this after I buy this? I've dropped that, and I only think of abundance. I notice that when I just move in alignment, do what I want, and think of money as an energy, that more comes to me. So how I evaluate if I'm going to pay for something is one, sorry for the noise in the back. One, is it in alignment for me? Does my soul really crave this, or is it just my ego, right? And two, money is energy, right? So if I'm giving this much energy, I should get that or more in return. So if I'm paying this much energy for something, everything's energy exchange, is what I'm getting back worth it? I think of stuff's worth now instead of my lack. So I think of, okay, so say something's $500 and its worth is way more than $500 to me. Everybody has a different perception of worth for everything. But say this thing is $500 and to me, it is well over, its worth is well over that, right? Now I would buy that thing. The past me would think, this is $500. This is a big buy. This is expensive. This is a big investment. I don't think I should do it. This would really hit my bank account. I don't think I should do it. So instead of thinking from a place of lack now, I think from an evaluation of worthiness. Is this thing really worth this much energy, right? And when I spend now, I know that one, I'm getting energy back from the thing I'm spending on. And two, since I'm in the flow of energy, since I am abundant, more is coming to me. My vibration is rising, and therefore I attract more. I don't need to go to lack. I don't need to do any of this. So now it is easy for me to hold the container for my dream self, to hold the container for a 7-figure entrepreneur, because I'm no longer going between, oh, I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur, I'm a millionaire, I get to have this, I get to fly in comfort in first class, because honestly, flying long flights in coach is brutal. I get to do this, I get to do this, I get to do this. Oh, my bill's coming up, I can't afford it. Oh, I can't afford this, this is too expensive. I'm no longer fluctuating between abundance, lack, abundance, lack, abundance, lack. Now, since I am the embodiment of abundance, I stay at abundance, right? So if, let's say, you can even do this, you can even do this with no money in your bank account, right? I did this once, actually. I don't know what that is. I did this once, actually. So I was helping someone out with bills, someone very close to me, and don't do this if it depletes you. Honestly, I feel my energy is more valuable than money, so it didn't deplete me. Like, spending my money doesn't deplete me. A lot of people, spending money does deplete them because they put so much value on money. But anyway, I spent all my money in my bank account to help this person out, And I didn't feel a sense of lack after. I didn't feel, oh my God, my bank account hit $0. What am I going to do? I did not feel that. I felt, I just helped this person out. I just did a good thing. I am so abundant. I was able to help them. I was able to do this, and I know more is coming to me. When you're able to truly do that, and I don't want it to be from ego. I don't want you to see this video and be like, okay, when I spend something, think like this, but I actually have the underlying belief that I'm in lack. Be honest with yourself. Are you actually in lack, or are you actually embodying abundance? If you're actually embodying abundance, spending money is nothing to you. So anyways, I spent this money to help her out with her bills, and guess what? The next day, the money that I spent on her bills doubled. I got double that back. So did I really lose money helping her pay for bills, or did I earn money the next day? The old me, the me that wasn't embodied in abundance, would have been stressed, saying, oh my goodness, I just spent all of my money. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get money? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? Was that a good idea? No. But the new me, since I'm rooted in abundance, I thought, I just helped this person. I'm so blessed. I'm so prosperous. I'm so abundant. Of course, more is gonna come to me. So let's say that you have $0 in your bank account right now and you don't have a job, but you want to become the embodiment of abundance. Okay. Money does not equal abundance. Abundance simply means having an overflow of anything. You can have an abundance of puppies. You can have an abundance of friends. You can have an abundance of flowers. Abundance is simply having an overflow of. So just because you don't have an abundance financially doesn't mean that you can't embody abundance. When you embody abundance, the finances just come. So you can think about your blessings. Oh my goodness, I have an abundance of fresh air to breathe. I have an abundance of trees to look at. I am abundant. I'm attracting all of this beauty to me. Make yourself worthy of abundance. You don't really need to have money to be abundant. You can be happy and enjoy life without money, and the money will just come because it is so drawn to your energy. It wants to be in your energy. The money wants to experience you. The money wants you. You don't need to chase it, and you don't need to have it to do this. Honestly, I didn't have money when I decided that I wanted to take on the identity of abundance. I didn't have any money. The more you hold abundance in your vibration, one, the more you expand your container to receive it, but two, the longer you're able to stay in that state so you can become it. So naturally, once you become abundant, you attract an abundance of everything. So to me, maybe a couple months ago, $50,000 a month was a lot of money. That was impossible for me to make. Now, I'm so worthy of that and more. So I want you to be comfortable. Every time you receive something, also I learned, be grateful for it, express gratitude for it, but don't settle. Want more. Say thank you, and now I want more.